When I was born, I was given two options, pink or blue, and I chose mask lesbian. But apparently everyone else has to choose between pink or blue. Razor, deodorant, soap, energy drinks, even video games. Companies will basically take anything and make a version for men and then a version for women. And I've always found this kind of weird because growing up around boys, I was considered a tomboy. There were all these things supposedly for boys that I just kind of liked, and I never really understood what made them for boys. So I tried finding the most unnecessarily gendered things and tried the men and women's version to see if there's actually a difference, or if we've been buying the same in pink and blue packaging our entire lives. So the first thing I wanted to look at is games. Specifically this one website called Girls Go Game. And apparently this website has been around for years. I never played it, but obviously I had to try it out because, duh, the name. We got a lot to choose from, like daddy spa time. Why does daddy look like that? Who says being a dad is not tough? Sometimes it's harder than the mom job. Oh, I'm pissed. They got a lot of beauty in here because, you know, women only like beauty stuff. What the hell is this? Sleepy Princess Resurrection. The hands are creeping me out. They don't know how to draw them right. And I know the website's really old, but it was really strange looking at all the princess stuff. But especially the themes of the games were really weird. Sleepy Princess Pregnant Checkup. Ooh, this is making... Oh. I'm on my period right now, and me clicking right now just gave me like the worst cramps. Have you ever pulled like a hair that's somehow connected to a nerve? When I'm clicking this, it's somehow connected to my uterus. Creepy. There's so much pregnancy. Whenever they're catering for children, they always gotta include pregnancy. Sleepy Beauty Heal and Spa. Sleeping Beauty has a bunch of shit happening to her, but she looks like she just got beat up. This princess just woke up from a very long nap and can use a makeover. She has bruises, she's bleeding, her clothes are ripped up, and she has dirt all over her and a black eye. I don't know if that was a long nap. It's okay, girl. I'm gonna fix you up. It's just... I clicked on something. But for some reason when I was playing the game, it made me click on stuff, which I think just took me to a different part of the website. But it freaked me out because the websites look so old and run down. Am I gonna get a virus? And it was just very unsettling. This is weird. I don't like this site. Okay, we're gonna tape this and we're gonna wipe her down. And now we have this sponge. We have a sponge specifically just for her ass. And all the games that were targeted for the girls made me feel so uncomfortable. But luckily, they made games on the website for boys. Boy games. They look like normal games. But wait, they're boys. We gotta promote alcohol. Bartender. How many drinks can you prepare before you run out of time in this addictive online bartender game? They're teaching me how to pour alcohol. Presumably, if I was a minor, I'm being taught how to serve alcohol for my future job. Okay. Yeah, isn't it kind of crazy when you look at the boy games? There's no pregnancy. I wonder why that is. Like, genuinely, most of the games just seem pretty normal that were targeted for the boys. They just have so many knockoffs of Minecraft, Pixelcraft, Worldcrafts, Blox World, Worldcraft. Is that all boys like to play? Minecraft? Now, after seeing all those games, I had to go out into the real world. I want to see if I could find gendered products, so I went to Target. And one of the first things I saw was this toast thing. It was a slim toaster. And yeah, I'll admit, there was nothing that said for woman, but you can definitely tell it was geared for women. It was also interesting going around Target and seeing like the little mystery balls. Is that what you call them? I don't know. I just found them very weird that they're just like little babies you could collect. I don't know what the hell you would do with them. There was also this slime that was definitely marketed for girls. Beautify your slime. Because, you know, slime is a beautiful thing. But I do understand that because I know a lot of women love slime. I love slime. Give me some of that. And then I went to the book section to see what I could find. I really like this book called Domcom. He has the cuffs, but she has the control. Ooh. And then of course I saw my favorite book ever, Heated Rivalry. But anyways, I got a little sidetracked, so I went around looking for more products that were more gendered. And can I just say, everything at Target is so expensive. I found these bath bombs. There was no price around them or anything. $8.50 each. I also found these razors. The women's razors were $3 and the men's were $10. And I bought them. But after getting home and seeing how much I spent, $51, I knew I needed to return this stuff. It was way too expensive for the stuff that I was getting. So after contemplating that I spent $51 on junk, I returned it and I went to the dollar store. So I got men and women's razors. Yippee! Triple razor. So there's only 3 blades in here. 6 blades. Lubricating strip. But there's something definitely lubricating on the packaging. Why does the woman one only have 3 blades? You know, we have thick, coarse hair like a man as well.
You're scamming women by putting less blades in them and making it pink.
Caution, this product is used for shaving thinner hair such as facial beard and armpit hair. Isn't armpit hair and facial hair like really thick, not thin? I guess it says the same thing on the men's one as well. And these 2 razors were like the same price, I believe. But this feels more of a ripoff on the girl's end. You only get 3 blades. I have thick, coarse hair on my body. What the hell? I don't know if I want to show me shaving on camera. I feel like that's weird. I don't want you to see my armpits. Is that weird? No, no, no. Some things have to be kept for myself, and that is my armpits. What about my arm? Okay, so this is my arm. You can only see it in like this lighting because I am a blonde. Well, my hair grows in brown now because I'm an adult, but for some reason my body hair just grows in blonde. I think you're supposed to use water. Why am I saying I think? I've shaved before. Oh, my armpits are showing. No, why did I wear the worst shirt? I'm just gonna do 1 swipe on my arm. And that was terrible. That felt like it did nothing. But also, I didn't go against the grain. The men's razor. Just 1 swipe. This is terrible to see because I'm so blonde on my arm. Now I just have bald spots on my arms. This reminds me of high school. One time I shaved my arms because I was like, why not? And then my friends felt my arms and they're like, do you shave your arms? You shave your arms, you're a weirdo. And I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Now I have to shave my arms. Wow, that feels buttery smooth. Okay, now my arms are shaved. Did I notice a difference? This one kind of hurt a little bit more. Well, obviously I did it dry, so. This one feels very soft. Not irritating. This side feels a little bit more itchier. I actually think this one's way better. I would assume people probably use this on their legs or other body parts.
I don't know if it was just a placebo or if I just used the razors wrong, but even though the woman razor had less blades, it worked way better on my skin. Maybe because of the lubricating stuff on the blade. But yeah, I was not expecting that. But I wasn't done. I wanted to compare the deodorants.
Same brand, but one's for men and one's for women because one's blue and one's pink. Powder Blossom, Marine Sandalwood. Me personally, I use men's deodorant because the woman's deodorant usually has it's usually powdery and it irritates my skin for some reason. But smell test. I haven't put women's deodorant on in probably a few years, but that was pretty good. Ooh, this one has more of a matte and this one feels more gel. Oh, that smells way better. I don't know if it's also a placebo effect, but I feel like women's deodorant doesn't work as well as men's. I swear they do it on purpose. They're like, women don't smell that bad. Yes, we do. Okay, I'm gonna put them on. You don't get to see my armpits. They seem to be working. I'm obviously a little bit more biased towards the men one because I like it a lot more. What if we do a bite test? Oh, okay. I think it's good. I think I have to go with this one, the girl one, for the taste. Yeah.
Did you take a bite of the deodorant?
No. Here's my beautiful little creature. Can you smell my armpits? Ooh, you like this one, you like the girl one.
To be honest, they were both a shit deodorant, so I don't know if there was that much of a difference. But you know where I did see a big difference in gendered stuff? Online quizzes.
A BuzzFeed quiz. The only quiz you should be taking from BuzzFeed is, am I gay? Okay, so you're a hot girl. Let's find out what type you are. What does an ideal Friday night look like for you? Jazz clubs? Holy shit. How old are we? I pregame. I don't drink that much, but favorite food? Tequila and men's tears. Yeah, so this quiz was written by a man. Men's tears. Whatever my anxiety meal is that week. Right now, it's Trader Joe's frozen foods and sushi.
I haven't taken an internet quiz in years, probably since I was a preteen. But the answers they gave us as a choice just felt so insulting. I know they're just stupid quizzes, so I shouldn't take them that seriously, but they just felt so stupid.
What would you bring if you're stranded on a deserted island? Something active to do, because I can't really sit still. And my hairbrush. Off. This was such a man writing this. Tequila. Whoever wrote this is also an alcoholic. There's so many alcoholic questions. Okay, yeah, my cat. I guess I'd bring my cat, even though that'd probably be very traumatic to bring my cat. What's your go-to workout? I hot girl walk. We can't say that. Did you know hot girl walk is copyrighted? She'll actually cease and desist your ass, the creator of it.
Yeah, I was also looking more into the copyright of hot girl walk. So yeah, you can't say hot girl walk or use it for profit, I guess. You can say it, but if you're using for profit, can I put this in my video? Because I'm technically making profit off of my YouTube video. She's gonna sue my ass. She's also trying to copyright gratitude goal Nicole's confidence. And also Pink Girl Walk. And she's also trying to copyright You're Already Hot. All this just feels like millennial sayings, I guess, but this woman. And the fact that we can't say Hot Girl Walk without getting a cease and desist. You.
10 miles a day is not a hot girl walk. And finally, what were you like in high school? I was kind of like a shy girl. I didn't really talk to people. And when I did talk, they were like, oh my God, you talk? Like, off. I'm the weird hot girl. I'm the weird hot girl.
And one quiz is not going to do it for me. I had to take another one.
What type of girl am I? What's your favorite school subject? Lunch. You get to sit with the boys. I get to sit with the boys. I never even really talked to boys in high school. Good. How many boyfriends have you had this year? I don't think I've ever had one. Do you take good pictures? Only when there's a boy in the pic? Oh, this is such male-centered pick-me-ass behavior. What's your dream job? I want to work at a club for teens. That's really specific. I can't imagine someone being like, this is my dream job, a club for teens. That is weird. I got nerdy girl vibes. I'm giving nerdy girl vibes.
And now I want to see the differences for quizzes for guys.
What kind of male am I? If you could pick one smell in the list provided to smell like for the rest of your days, which one would you pick? Damn, why is she plugging her nose? This feels mean already. Smell like jail and colon? Why the would you want to smell like shit? Oh, choline. Ew. Sweat and pride. If you could do one of these things right now, which one would it be? Spray mace in someone's face, then try to connect to them with the personal level. So violence, and then you have to manipulate them and make them say sorry to you for you spraying mace in their face. Drink while sporting a bad Mexican accent.
What do you mean by that?
What kind of questions are these? I would take a woman to do the thing that she loves, which is me. What kind of woman would you date? Woman? Ha! Who needs woman when you're as interesting as me? Yeah, dude. That's what's up. What car would you drive? Who needs a car when you got a horse? Get it? Which power would be the coolest to have? What the hell? Well, these are all about smell. The power to have a good Mexican accent.
What do you mean by that?
Mexican accent and smell keeps coming up.
This quiz felt like it was written by a racist white guy who thinks Taco Bell is authentic Mexican food.
Which type of physique do you have? I don't think my chest is really built like this, but I'm not that tall. I feel like if I was a man, I would be like in between this. Does it matter? Yeah. They don't ask the woman this. And I got irresistible charmer. Yes. You have the magnetic allure that turns heads and makes hearts race. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
So after taking that male quiz, I wanted to see if I had a male or female brain.
So my gender identity is a woman, but I just feel like a little bit masked. So let's see if it guesses that. You managed to make your way onto America's Got Talent. Do you need to win, or are you excited just to be there? My dad auditioned to be on America's Got Talent because he's a really good singer, but they denied him because he was too old. So I would never step foot on that stage or even audition. We've determined that your brain is more female. 53% masculine, 58% feminine.
And honestly, that kind of felt really accurate how I feel. I feel a little bit more female, but my other part of me feels male. So anyways, I wanted to see the differences between woman and men's soap.
Men's body and face bar. It's a bar of soap. And this woman one apparently. Ooh, this one just felt softer. Holding them in my hands. This one feels more natural. This is all sticky for some reason. Oh, I hate the smell of that. I love the smell of this. Let's do a test. This is the woman one. Yeah. That just fell down the hole. My hands feel really rubbery, but I think it's fine. The men's soap. Let's try that.
I don't know what qualifies it being for men versus for being for women. The texture, how it made your skin feel definitely felt different. And obviously the smell. But the men's soap just made me feel so much softer. Maybe because they know that they're gonna use this soap all over their body and especially their asses. So obviously there's differences in the soaps, but I want to see if there was a differences in wipes. There are wet wipes specifically marketed for men or dudes.
Dude wipes. I just realized something. While Mochi's working, XL wipes. It's for someone who has a fat ass. Like me. Right? Yes, baby, you got a fat ass. I know I do. Also, I learned this that like if wipes ever say flushable, technically they are flushable, but you should not flush them down the toilet because it can clog your toilet. Back in the day, we found a dude out in our apartment in Chicago. We were tired of dealing with dry toilet paper during the aftermath of a lunchtime burrito. Why do they have to create this product? I feel like wipes have always existed. Something needed to be done, so we created dude wipes to put you back on your game whenever nature calls. Directions: grab one and wipe, dude. They had to make these wipes specifically so men would wipe their asses. They had to make it more geared towards men, because you know, men, they're not gonna wipe their asses with regular wet wipes. They have to look cool. Oh, she's got a hole in it already. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, it does not feel that wet compared to like other wet wipes that I've had. It feels dry. These are the normal ones that I have. They're not specifically for women, they're for anyone. Well, actually they say baby and toddler. So these feel really wet. But then again, these do say that they're for babies and toddlers. So babies and toddlers have blowouts. I don't know if a lot of dudes have blowouts. Maybe they do. Yeah, they just rip so easily. The toddler one, they don't. Can't imagine I'm wiping my ass or something and I wipe it a little bit too hard and it rips. And then my butt soaks up the fibers, the plant fibers. I was never aware that wet wipes expired. Oh, made in the UK. Hello, I'm British and I'm a male with one of those hairstyles. And after eating some beans and chips, I gotta wipe my arse with some dude wet wipes.
I don't think I would ever buy these dude wipes. They seem to work like any other wipes. But I guess I could see myself buying it if I was an insecure dude who lived alone and I didn't want people to see that I use wet wipes. When I was purchasing them at Target, the lady was giving me like a weird look, so that made me feel insecure. I also wanted to see like what specific products were being sold for men on Amazon.
Let's just type in for men, the book of unusual knowledge. This is like for someone you don't actually know and you just don't have any interest in knowing, but you're like, here. Men just like hearing fun facts. You guys remember that thing like a few years ago? If you asked a man, how many times do you think about the Roman Empire? And they would respond like 2 or 3 times a day.
So specifically, a lot of the books that were like geared for men were like fun facts. But then when I looked at the books for women,
so instead of fun facts, you got empowerment for women. You got this. Just motivation, I guess.
All we get is motivation, inspirational stuff. What the hell? Maybe I want some fun facts. Why do men get all the fun? And you know what's not fun? Gendered marketing for food. I found it really interesting. I found this energy drink and it's called Flirt. And it's basically like a woman energy drink. And the reason why I say that is because the company that made this are the same people who made Monster energy drinks. And you know, when you look at a Monster, it looks very masculine, manly. And the competing brands with a lot of those energy drinks are like Celsius or Alani's, you know. Those are marketed for women, I guess. So obviously Monster had to compete with those brands, so they created Flirt.
This is the woman's energy drink. This is my review of the men's one.
Men's one is good.
10 calories. And I'm assuming it's basically gonna taste like a Monster, maybe. Vibrant energy sunset squeeze. That just smells like a regular Monster. It just tastes like a Monster. A little bit more tangier, but that pretty much just tastes like a Monster. Wow, I need a second opinion. Hello, editor. I was wondering if you can like try this energy drink.
Okay. I'm a Monster connoisseur, by the way. It tastes like juice.
It's for women, okay? And you wouldn't understand because you're not that. Honestly, I like it, but I honestly probably wouldn't care for it if I saw the packaging like in a store. That would not be my first pick.
It was pretty much like the exact same drink as a Monster. It just had a different cover. But anyways, I wanted to look at this subreddit that is specifically geared towards unnecessarily gendered items.
A masculine grooming experience. Loofah made specifically for men because it's black and white design. Men can only use black and white design. Women, no. Women, no.
It's kind of crazy that they have to make some grooming products specifically say for men. I feel like if they don't say it's for men, then men will not touch it. No cleaning themselves unless it's say for men.
Why do female YouTubers feel the need to always put their face on the thumbnail? What? Do men not put their face on their thumbnails? It depends on what kind of YouTuber you are. Like if you don't show your face, sure, but I show my face. I want people to see it. POV Mr. Beast, Mark Rober, Creekcraft. You never hear about anyone complaining that a guy put his face on his own thumbnail. Anyone who puts their face on their thumbnail is a woman. Mr. Beast, or is it Mr. Breast?
So after trying all this, I think I figured out what makes a man's product and a woman's product. Mostly the packaging, maybe a different smell, and occasionally a couple extra dollars if it's pink or blue. So from now on, I'm just buying whichever one is cheaper. Actually, I gotta write that down. Where's my Bic for her pens?